jump number 3, and he appears to be all intact. A bunch of food going up and down the island for sale. Make sure you stop by, get some food right here. There's a golf cart going up and down. All sorts of food and refreshments. You need to keep your protein level up. You need to keep your carbohydrates up. You need all of those things up here in the jump event. So get some food as Andrew from Michigan State going to be coming back in. And Charles, I just wonder what he's going to do on jump number 2 after waiting so late there on that single.
Well, Tyler, I'm not necessarily sure backing it up's the right thing. I think he just needs to set that edge a little sooner, but be a little more aggressive through the entire ramp. I thought once he knew he was going to get on the jump, he kind of let up. The handle came up. He fell back on his heels. So let's see the adjustment for jump number 2.
All right, here comes Andrew, jump number 2. And taking a strong approach once again into the base of the ramp. Getting those legs under him and riding it out there for the Spartans.
Yeah,
Andrew,
very nice jump number 2 there. Getting a score in the books. Andrew, you could see he was in a lot more control. He followed that right ski all the way through the base of the jump. Now, if he can just get that handle a little bit lower, he's going to keep the pull from the boat. He'll get pulled over his toes a little bit more, and I think we'll find about another 8 to 10 feet in that jump number 3.
All righty, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Remember, Division II tricks. You're going to get started here very shortly, and then we're going to move into the next rotation of jumps. So all skiers get down to the dock and get started here. 2015 Collegiate Nationals have been joined up in the announcer's tower of power than none other, Charles the Mule Mueller, and he is bringing us some good commentary and analysis of this jump event. Could it be the 3/4 cut? Could it be the 3/4 cut here, Charles? It is the 3/4 cut for the Spartans. Michigan State, Andrew Fica hanging out really wide, splitting the skis, all types of slack rope into the base of the ramp, and exploding and onto the right leg. Oh, it So close.
So close.
You could see the load on that right leg as it touched first on that landing.
Absolutely. I mean, just a seesaw of a cut. But he kept his balance. He got up and over the red machine. And Tyler, like you said, that right leg hit the water first and got all loaded up and just was not quite able to hang on.
Well, he was shaving off speed by splitting the skis, and then he ran into some slack rope and able to collect his body into the base of the ramp. But going down right there, so that's going to do it for Michigan State with a 71-footer. And we move on to our next jumper out on the water. And I got to say, action is heating up. And these jumpers are, you know, if they're going out with a single and they're riding it out, the next movement that they're going to make is they're going to go right into that three-quarter cut. All right, Grayson from San Diego State going to be coming in, and he's going to be taking a right-over approach here. The Aztec Warriors doing what they do, coming over and up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, it's just grinding it out all the way down the lake. Charles, so close for the Aztec Warriors on jump number 1.
Man, Tyler, he did not want to let go. I thought he was going to do a tumble turn and get them skis back underneath him, but he was running out of lake.
Yeah, that's one of the problems here. If you tumble turn too long, you'll eventually hit the dock or the island, and letting go for his own safety. Grayson, San Diego State skier, just ripping a big jump there and unable to hang on.
This is my wife, Katara. Yeah. His site was the site we went to in Illinois, Joliet, Illinois, and Chicago area. Actually, his place wasn't even done yet. We had collegiate nationals there in '97.
San Diego State on the water right now, needs to get a scoring jump in the books. Let's see what Grayson can do on jump number 2. Jump number 2 now. He is out wide. He's just looking to land on both of those skis and right away. Up, over, down, up, down, up. Oh, Grayson doing it. Getting with it on jump number 2 and getting a scoring jump for the Aztec Warriors. As Andrew Ray on the Division II lake coming in from the University of Texas on the kneeboard. Taking a rip at it. Side slide reverse, maybe goes 180. All right. So Grayson getting a jump on the board for San Diego State. All righty, here we go. Third and final jump for San Diego State. On on this rotation of jumps. So important to get another score on the board. Up and over. Oh, a disastrous fall as he waited late. Grayson throws up the hand and taking that one straight to the right side of the collarbone. Unbelievable, Charles. You take a look at replay, and that right shoulder took a pounding on that landing.
Well, Tyler, amazing crash right there. Glad that they waved and that they're safe and that they're swimming in, because that was a doozy.
Yeah, you could take a look at the safety guys across the lake. They're always staying ready, always staying geared up. And Grayson laying it on the line for the Aztec Warriors, ladies and gentlemen. As it looks like moments ago on the G2 Lake tricks with Joseph Eadman getting it done with a stand-up pass there for the Bobcats, going down at the very end, but for the most part of the 20 seconds, riding it out. So, on the G2 Lake right now, we have Jackson Haley, UC Davis Unicorns. UC Davis Unicorns, Jackson Haley coming in. All right, so Jackson Haley getting through that pass for the Unicorns and directing our attention back to the jump. Here we go. Right now, on the water, we have Zack Brennan. Oh, really far forward. Oh, a disastrous crash going all the way up the side current. We need to get safety out there immediately. Safety needs to swim to him immediately. Get out there and taking a look at this. That right ski never made it onto the ramp, and just trying to catch his breath. A tough crash, and we are getting all the safety personnel out there we need. Also first aid if there's anyone over there that we may need. And I would have to go back and take a look at replay right there. But Charles, he was just coming in a fast and narrow, and that right ski never made it. Right now, just trying to figure out what's going on, but it looks like the knees and the arms appear to be okay from this angle, and we can hope that he is going to be okay as they swim him back to the boat.
Yeah, good job to the crew getting back to him, the boat turning around, and the safety swimmers getting out there. Definitely was late and didn't get that right ski on.
And
but right now may just be in a little bit of a shock, so just usually takes a couple minutes sometimes to gather your bearings and get the clock working again.
Yeah, so we're going to get the backboard out there and make sure Zack Brennan is okay from Ohio State University. Still some action going on the Division II lake as the Division I or Division II trick competition is going on. And they're going to swim Zack over to shore. Everything happens so fast out there, Charles. I mean, it's split second. You can be in good shape, and then things can deteriorate quickly. And they're going to swim over to shore, and we can hope that he is okay.
All right, guys. As a water sports team, give Zachary Brennan from Ohio State University a round of applause for that effort out there.
All right,
Good job,
Zachary,
baby.
hope you're okay. And he gives the fist pump, Charles, so that's a good sign from the other side of the lake. All righty, well, that's going to put us into our next jumper. Moving right along into Brandon Register from Kansas University.
Kansas State Jayhawks.
Well, Charles, technically Kansas State Wildcats.
Wildcats. Oh.
No, but the Kansas Jayhawks.
Jayhawks. Okay,
Yeah,
got
there
it.
you go. Look at this. Out there, looks for Clemson in a Speedo, Charles. He's in a Speedo, showing no regard for it. As you look at the screen right now, live footage of Clemson Tiger in Speedo.
And see, what's important about that, until that fall right there, is the aerodynamics that he has. Because in tricking, you don't want a lot of drag because of all the twisting and turning you're doing. It takes a lot more effort when you have a lot of clothes on. And, you know, that's one reason for years, I mean decades, you don't have to wear a life jacket while you trick.
All right, well, you know, as I take a look at the replay, there's not a whole lot of commentating we can do further from that as he went down. But I tell you, Clemson is here in full-fledged spirit today. And those Speedos.
The Speedos are definitely a good effort towards the
Spirit
Award.
Yeah,
definitely a good effort.
Alrighty, so here comes Brandon from Kansas University. Oh, is this a full
On
cut?
a double
Charles?
cut, baby. Right here, out of the box. Nice and control off the second wake on his counter cut. Nice little edge out. Here we go. Jump number one.
Oh, he's late into the base of the ramp and kicking it, going for that double. You know, Charles, I didn't know if he was going to quite make it with the angle and approach, but he was able to make it to the middle of the ramp and get a nice opening leap.
You know, and that was awesome to see. Very in control jumper, Brandon, right there on jump number one. Does need to put a little more effort into the second weight cut into the base of the jump. He's extremely flat and on his heels. So I think if he keeps the same cut, but just really works that right ski and keeps his direction through the top left of the jump, you're going to see another 10 feet.
All right, your college football update with 7:53 left in the first quarter. The Alabama Crimson Tide up 7-0 on the Texas A&M Aggies. All righty. Looks to be an 84-footer there for Brandon on jump number one, and 84 feet, Charles. You know what he wants. He wants that Century Club. He wants it all. And he is going to go for it, no question.
Well, right now, Brandon can absolutely do it. The wind is picking up a little bit from jump number one, but he's going to have to bring it down. He's just going to simply have to get more aggressive.
All right, he's brought it down big time here. I mean, he is way out wide. This is a huge difference, shaving off all sorts of speed. University of Kansas, Brennan into the jump of the round. Oh, sitting back foot, going big on jump number two.
Oh man, and digging deep on that cut. I was questioning if he was going to make it on. I was thinking maybe pass, but He really did put the hammer down off the second wake through the base of the jump.
Well, just like they teach you on your first day down the mountain, if you run into problems, go into the pie position. And that's what he did right before he made his final approach into the ramp and pulls off a brilliant jump on jump number 2. Waiting for the final score, a 98-footer 2 feet away from the century mark.
Man, and I undercut him. I told him he had at least 10 more feet, but he exploded over the 10-foot and almost got to that Century Club mark at 100 foot.
Wow, the action heating up here in the final rotations of the men's jump event. All right, third jump coming up for Kansas Jayhawks. Here we go with Brandon Register over on the D2 leg, opening up with the back roll, just going down there.
Not sure, was he inside the course yet?
Yeah, Hayden Hall going for it from Arizona State. But here we go. Let's see what he does on jump number 3. Kansas Jayhawks skier, remember how wide he was on another turn, Charles.
Oh, great cut right here. He's got more speed right there, better position.
That did it. I think that did it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that put him over 100 feet, but we're going to have to wait and see. Shaving that speed off before the final approach.
Definitely a way more controlled jump right there. Awesome delivery off the top of the jump. Braden really getting it done for the Kansas University.
All right, going back to the trick leg. And we've seen some unorthodox styles sometimes on the trick leg, going for it big. But making his way down the trick course right now in good position. In fact, he may just take a rip at those side slides. Maybe see the 180.
Extremely smooth tricking going on right now on Lake 1.
Oh, here it goes. Eric from University of Michigan, back roll. Oh, no way! No way! The Wolverine on the back roll, riding it out. Eric Lucari going massive.
An amazing aerial display. Unbelievable. Good job.
Eric Lucari from the University of Michigan throwing down the 500-point back roll at the very end, Charles. The D1 tricks is heating up. I had no idea that's what we were going to see out of the Wolverine there.
He had so much airtime on that flip, he could maybe even add a little half twist to it.
Quite possibly, but now we're coming back with Jeffrey Flynn from Auburn. Gonna give a rip on the trick course, and also, a big cut here over on the jump leg. And here we go with Joshua Bryant from Rollins College digging into the beast here, up and over, and that is your new leader for sure, Joshua Bryant. I think is going to eclipse the 143.
And absolutely digging hard out of that turn. Very salty cut. And an explosion with perfect form off the top of that jump, Tyler. Amazing jump number 1.
Well, Joshua Bryant has loads of talent. And just in, Brendan Register from Kansas University, a 106. Woo! On that jump, and a big one for the Jayhawks. And now Joshua Bryant trying to get the lead. And here is the final measuring of the sticks here for Josh Bryant, 159.
Oh, man.
The Tars are coming, and they're bringing the heat.
Here we go.
Well, Charles, I know that you're a fan of old school jumping, and one thing that happens at 32 miles an hour, you can go back to the glory days of the Sammy Duvall S-turn and dig into the hole and get shot out like a cannon, and Josh Bryant putting that athletic ability on display.
And honestly, I think he's probably going to leave that cut about the same. And yes, I am a big fan of the Sammy Duvall S-turn at 32 miles an hour.
All right, Logan over there, Miami of Ohio. Look at Miami of Ohio skier. Let's see what he can do. Goes for the surface 180, and now the reverse. Great run from Miami of Ohio. Back to the jump leg. Josh Bryant, does he circle the 600? He does. He's around the 600-foot buoy. He's going for 160s. There's no question about it. Joshua Bryant S-turning out, sinking into a nice cut. A lot of speed in the turn into the base, and boosting it out there for the Tars.
Tyler, that was it, baby. I told you he was going to keep it all the same. He just really worked harder off the second wave, kept his direction a lot better, and really just used the properties that were given to him there. The sling, the boat, the rope, everything was working in harmony, and that's, I guarantee you, that's going to push probably around that 167, 168.
Ooh, what? And we take a look at the results on that jump. Although textbook didn't have the speed, backs it up to a 153.
Ooh.
Charles, very, very interesting. It looks so much further, but didn't have the speed. Oh, and, you know, we couldn't do it without all of our lovely sponsors and officials, and certainly the people here at the Lakes of Cypress Hill in Cypress, Texas. Beautifully located on the northwest side of Houston, on the southeast tip of Texas. Come on down and enjoy us one time. We've had great regional tournaments, and now here, the host of the 2015 Collegiate Water Ski Nationals, the Lakes of Cypress Hill, a beautiful site located on the northwest side of Houston. If you have been to ski lakes around the world like I have, there's one you're missing if you haven't been here. So look us up on Facebook and also our website, thelakesofcypresshill.com. But right now, Joshua Bryant. Here we go, Charles. I'm telling you, he's bringing it around the 6. Probably disappointed because he felt like he had a great jump, but not the speed. And, much later cut for Josh Bryant on jump number 3. And getting great extension once again. Solid and consistent.
Yeah, once again, just super smooth. I think he missed a little bit off the top of the jump right there. Jump number 2 was definitely more textbook, but didn't quite go as far. But that one, you can definitely tell that he carried more speed into the base of the jump, but he just missed that little bit off the top, and he probably came up about 5 foot short of where he wanted to be, but definitely going to be probably in that same wheelhouse as jump number 1, a 161, Tyler, on jump number 3.
All right, a 161, so breaking that 160-foot barrier. We have Drew Henricks from Wisconsin-Madison on the water, throwing some wake backs, wake fronts, and getting it done for Wisconsin-Madison. Want to give a big shout out to Centini Nero, one of our sponsors. Thanks so much for sponsoring this event. In fact, after this jump event, we may need your help over there at Centini Neuro, as these competitors just throwing themselves into that 5-foot ramp with speeds up to 50, 60, sometimes 70 miles an hour. All right, Charles, did you hear the fans for this guy on the water right now? This is none other than Zack Cashelle, who has been up here all weekend with me on the mic. And this is a guy that will not hold back, knows no fear. knows no amount of risk. There is no balance that he weighs in his mind. He only knows one thing: go hard, go late, go far.
And you know what? He's got the perfect win right now. The headwind has picked up a little bit. Hopefully he'll make those correct adjustments at the 5 and 600 buoy down there. We'll see what this 6-liter Ski 200 Nautique has for Mr. Zachary from the University of Alabama.
Okay, so here we go. Rocking and rolling. We've got all sorts of action coming down. We're just going to keep on keeping on. And that's what I'm talking about with Zack Cashelle. Zack Cashelle going to open up with the full cut. Does he go around the 600-foot buoy? Oh, he's well beyond the 600, probably at that 590 range, hanging out wide by the driver. Now, Charles, he brings a lot more power into the base of the ramp than the rest of the competitors. And good lift off the top for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, very nice opening jump. I think that he lost a little bit of water speed on his counter cut. He's definitely going to bring it down a little bit so he can get a quicker turn and get more on the first side of the wake, so he has more direction coming off the second wake into the base, so he has some more speed. That's really all he was losing there, was speed on his counter cut. So I think we're going to find this is going to be a fantastic opening jump, and we're going to be able to build off of it.
Alrighty, a 145 for Zack Cashelle on jump number 1. College football update. The Crimson Tide go up 14-0 in College Station versus the Aggies. And right now, Charles, look at this Western Washington skier out there on the trick course, going out in the safari hat for the Vikings. You've got Joe McIntyre giving it a go with 2 skis. 2 skis, but a lot of skill here for Western Washington.
And really, when you are a good tricker and you go out on 2 skis, you're the pro. You are the pro out there. Because I want to see somebody do a step over with 2 skis before the end of the day.
That would be pretty sweet. Or even maybe the flip. You never know. But a stand-up pass, a huge wake back as Joe McIntyre. Big score there for Western Washington. In the meantime, back to the jump leg. We've got Zack Cashelle going for it all, going for it when he needs it most. He is going to bring it down, Charles. I think this is it for the Crimson Tide. These next 2 jumps, he's really going to push the envelope.
And he did bring it down about 10 feet. And as you can see, he is taking a bigger stab at it here. Nice load, a little slip, but more speed.
Ooh. And pressing all the way to the landing, almost bailed out the front there, but able to hang on to it. Zachary Cashelle, University of Alabama. Oh, my.
Well, Tyler, he did everything that I kind of said, but he just had his skis a little bit too far apart come the base of the ramp, and that body crush cost him that 10 foot that he was looking for with that cut.
Call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone.
144, so right in the ballpark of that 145, hanging in there, Charles, in the mid-40s. Right now, Stephen Becker, University of Texas, on the water. Becker getting his knees on that knee board, goes side slide on us. Throws a hand wave for the judges.
That's worth at least 10 points.
Yeah, Stephen Becker. Does he go 360, though? That's the question. Does Becker go 360? There's 180. There's the 360. Now the reverse. Boom! For UT, the University of Texas.
Oh, he's going for a wrap.
He's going for the wrap. Inverted 360. Unreal right there for Stephen Becker and the UT Longhorns. Back to the jump lake with Zack Cashelle.
All right, here in comes Zachary. Looks like he kept it in the same 600 spot as jump number 2. Nice and wide. Here we go. He's late. He's edging in. He's got an explosion. And Tyler, that's going to be his best jump of the 3 jumps right there.
You know, it's got to be something. Alabama is really picking up momentum. And now Texas State skier on the water Division I tricks with Cameron Clement for the Bobcats. Clement coming in on one ski. Let's see what happens as Cameron Clement, a side slide reverse, handles kind of high. Regaining composure, back front. Oh, and Cameron Clement going down there, Charles.
Yep, and good news for Alabama with a 152 jump number 3 for Zachary. Great job out there, guys.
Zack Cashelle putting it together with a 152. Now on the water for the ULM Warhawks, Taylor Horton. So much action here, Charles. The drama is phenomenal. The action is unbelievable. And now you've got ULM Warhawk, Taylor Horton on the water to try to chase down Joshua Bryant. And what a great jump there for Zachary Cashelle on that last jump. He just found the right positioning right before he hit the ramp and was able to extend out. Looks like Taylor Horton's going to come in on a 3/4.
Yeah, nice 3/4 cut attempt coming our way with the Warhawk. Nice edge out, Tyler, keeping that ski nice and tall, settling in. Great turn, little bit late, and explodes in a great warm-up jump. Little bit back on his heels. That handle was just a tad bit high coming into the base of the jump. He may have been a little early because a lot of the times when you get great pull on the first side of the wake and you get early, you're waiting on the jump. And what a result of getting on your heels off the top of the jump is as you wait on the jump, you actually fall back on your heels and your handle comes high because you lose the pull.
Coming into this tournament, ULM has won 26 national titles, 26 for the Warhawks, and trying to carry on the tradition. Here comes Taylor Horton, getting out wide by the driver, and he is going to give it a rip on his second attempt. Up, over, and down. Another successful jump for Taylor Horton as we're taking a look at UC Davis. Robert McFarland for the Unicorns going wake back, wake front on us and getting lost in the camera. He's making his way so far down that trick course. Charles, it's amazing. Sometimes these trickers, if there wasn't an island there to turn around, they would just keep on going.
Man, I love it. I love the enthusiasm out here. Taylor definitely making the adjustments on jump number 2. A lot more solid. And he did extend the distance there to a 124. So 124 feet for Taylor Horton of the University of Louisiana Monroe.
Always hear them talking about a girl with money.
And in all honesty,
Clemson skier on the water, Charles, James Weber. And you know what that means? It's Speedo time once again for the Clemson Tigers.
yes. And I know the fans on the webcast are watching this.
A lot of proud parents out there as James Weber takes to the water for the Clemson Tigers. And he does wake back, wake front. And you can see the aerodynamics there on that 360 as Taylor Horton comes back in, up and over, and another successful jump. Oh, and going down at the end, Weber in that Speedo on the back roll.
Yes, but Horton came in hot and just quite couldn't keep the composure on the jump. And a little bit of a split and a little bit of a body crush going to cost him some valuable footage, but still a healthy jump. And again, he opened with a 112. Jump number 2, he increased it to a 124. So his third and final jump attempt distance is in the computer system, getting calculated at the moment. But coming out for Florida Southern, David Fulp.
David Fulp on the water for the Mocs now. David Fulp. At this point in the game, the Moccasins are in it in that top 1, 2, 3 spot in the contingency for the team title. First things first, needs to get a scoring jump before trying to boost one way out there.
And unfortunately, going a couple feet shorter on jump number 3 to a 121. So a 124 will be his top distance on his second jump attempt.
David Fulp going to come out with the full cut here, Charles. And does he circle around the 6? Oh, yeah, 6 has been circled. Tip is raised, and now he's going to give it a poke.
Hungry, looking hungry on jump number 1, settling in deep out of the turn. A nice explosion off the top of the jump, giving a little good iron fist there on the landing, Tyler. Great looking jump number 1.
Yeah, he connected right what he wanted to do. The speed, the lift, the spring, and your college.
So 136 feet on jump number 1 for Florida Southern. A great opening jump. You know, I know, Tyler, that the jump event for Florida Southern should be pretty deep and very consistent because their team coach, Curtis the Steamroller Raby, has always been hungry. And he really, really wants a ring, a national championship ring. I got
All right,
to spend
make sure
some.
you go down to the spray it forward 10. Oh, it is a massive blowout sail, but check this out. A blowout sail that's only going to last an hour. There's limited patterns, colors, and all sorts of sizes over there. If you're looking for a deal, you need to head down there right now for that massive blowout sale. $10 items, $15 items. Get down there in the next hour as we come in with our next jumper. Gonna give it a rip here, Charles.
Yeah, let's watch as David brings it down the lake. Very aggressive counter cut. Look at the form right here. Beautiful settled turn. He's definitely going to be edging and exploding. Still pulling a little
piece of distances. And I gotta say, you know, Charles, blowout sail down there by the spray it forward tent. You gotta get down there.
Forward.
You got Jay Bennett down there in October.
Jay Bennett.
Like the Walmart of water skiing with the deals.
Walmart of water skiing
Going
with the
back
deals.
to the old blue light specials over there at the Bennett's booth.
The blue light specials.
That is correct. And everything is going down right now with Harry Friedman from the University of Michigan and the Wolverines. The Wolverine is out there, and he is throwing some sideline. Does he go for the 180? That's the question. Does he go for the 360? Does he go for the flip? It all builds up to the 360. Now does he go reverse? He lands a reverse. Harry Friedman, University of Michigan Wolverine, goes down at the very end.
All right, Tyler, and David went a little bit backwards by 4 feet with a 132 on jump number 2. But I'm telling you, if I was his coach, I would have told him keep the exact same cut. You just need to drive that handle through the base of the jump and keep your direction and use the entire ramp for.
On jump number 3, he's going out wide. He needs a big score here for the Moccasins. He's hanging out by the driver. Charles, this is it. He's going for broke on jump number 3 for the Moccasins, digging into the base of the rim and exploding and connecting. Another beautiful jump for the Moccasins.
And Tyler, I'm telling you, consistency is the name of the game because consistency will create growth. And all 3 of those jumps were very in control, very nice jumps. Curtis Raby doing a great job with the Florida Southern team.
All righty, Charles, yes indeed. So it looks like right there, the 136, 136, Charles, is going to be David's best jump of the round. And that's going to bring us to our next jumper on the water. We've got Dane Meckler from ULL on the water. The Ragin' Cajuns are just needing to ride out jumps at this point to take the team title. Can Dane secure a score in the scorebook? That's what we're looking for. That's what we need from.
Beautiful settled in turn, nice edge, and a beautiful airform explosion, really working all the tools, and that's why I love a 3/4 cut. You can use all the properties that are given to you, and his explosion off the top of the jump and his pull from his sling and the form in the air, you can just see it looked effortless.
It was effortless there for Dane, and this is going to be a nice score for the Cajuns. And the score coming in for ULL on this first jump, 146 feet, going big on jump number 1 for Dane Meckler.
So Dane, I think all he really needs to do, Tyler, is bring it down a little bit and keep everything the same and just try and get a little bit more speed. And I think we can definitely see a 3/4 cut at 32.5 foot into the 150 range. And it does look like we got a little wakeboard action over here on the
look at this on the wakeboard, sinking into almost a double wake, double up.
Whoa,
that inside edge is going
side
for
slide.
a wicked slide, Charles. What a save.
What a save.
That was John Irwin from Auburn with a crazy double upturn to start off his trick ride.
All right, and here comes Dane back in. Jump number 3, 3/4 cut.
Jump number two. Here we go. Dane into the base of the ramp. A lot more speed this time. And hand coming off the handle, Charles. And you know what that means? He's got to lose about 10 feet there when he loses that pull from the boat.
Absolutely. I'm not quite sure why he let up right at the base, but that nautique was raging into the base of that jump, and his hand coming off right off the top of the jump, he definitely loses some pull. So we'll see what the distance comes in, but you are right, Tyler. 8 to 10 feet probably is going to be the distance in 135 feet on jump number 2. So he does have one more stab at it. And here we got somebody coming in on tandem trickers.
Oh, Oh, yeah, Charles. This is Mitch McDonald from Miami of Ohio.
And look at the socks. The socks are going to give him the performance he needs to get those big scores.
All right, Mitch McDonald going in on 2 skis. Let's see what Miami of Ohio has in store for us. Goes to the left, goes to the right, goes 180, goes reverse. Do we see 360? We see 360. Now back to the other 360. Mitch McDonald going out, wake trick 180, and goes for a wrap at the very end. Oh, it goes down as he was wrapping into the rope. Now back to Dane Meckler, jump number 3.
All right, and here he settles in. Oh, and he elects to pass Tyler on jump number 3. Oh, amazing. That is not what the university was hoping for right there, nor Dane. Unfortunately, he may have brought it down just a little bit too much.
That's okay, Charles, because guess what? He